Philharmonic bass players, welcome back. Today we're going to be going through some warm-ups and exercises. Some of them will be review of stuff we've done before, and some of them might be a little bit new. So, to get started, always make sure that your bass is in tune and that your bow has the right amount of rosin on it. So if you need to take care of that, pause the video real quick. Our first exercise is a little like string crossing and finger warm-up exercise combined into one. So how this works is we're going to play, put your first finger on C and fourth finger on D on the G string. And we're going to play 4, 2, 1, then cross strings and 4, 2, 1. Cross strings, 4, 2, 1. Cross strings, 4, 2, 1. Then you're going to go back up by doing 1, 2, 4 and then crossing the string. So let's play that together 2 times through. I'll say 1, 2, 3 and use a different bow stroke for every note, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Back up. Now it is your job to try that again, but a lot faster. See how fast, and do it like little by little. So do it one more time a little bit faster, and then one more time a little faster than that, and see how fast you can get it. For me, it's... Ooh, I messed up. Don't go faster than you can go so that you can keep that consistency. So pause this video and try that as fast as you can. And when you're ready to move on, we're going to do another kind of similar one, but we're going to do a pattern just on one string. So my pattern is 4, 1, 2, 1, all right? And I'm going to bow all 4 notes together. So 4, 1, 2, 1, then up bow. So play this with me, and we're going to get a little bit faster and faster every time we go. So we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down bow. Don't worry about doing one bow stroke per 4 notes. Just kind of stroke as you go and go as fast as you can. So definitely pause this video and practice that on your own. You're also welcome to make up your own pattern. So I would do something like 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4. Or like 4, 1, 2, 4, 4, 1, 2, 4. So make up your own different patterns and practice just to get your fingers nice and moving, warm them up a little bit. The next exercise that we're going to do is called vomits, right? Kind of nasty. So how this works is we take our first finger on the A on our G string. And then we go up by a half step every time we play this. So the first one sounds like this. So you do down for the first 2 notes, up for the second 2 notes. That, and then the next time you add a half step. So and add a half step. We're going to take this from A all the way up to E. So there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then we'll go back down. So try to keep track in your head of what note you're on, or else it can be kind of tricky to do it without just playing random out of tune notes. So I'm thinking A, B flat, B flat, A, B, 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 A, together, remember, do the correct bowing, down, up, and every note that you go to, always use your second finger, right? So always only go to your second finger. There are other exercises that you can do and adapt this to only use your fourth finger, but it's important to always use the same finger because this exercise is focusing on the consistency of learning the distance between these notes, right? So we always want to be consistent in that because that distance stays the same, and that's how we train our brains. So let's get started. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and go. B flat. Good job, guys. That one's kind of tricky. So another exercise that we're going to do now is kind of that same bowing style, that down, up, except we're going to do this with crossing open strings. So take your D string to your D string to G string. We're going to play D, G, G, This might seem like a really simple exercise, but this is something that I even still do on a daily basis because it really helps you feel where in the string has the best sound. And it's really important to practice having a solid starting sound when you hit a string. So sometimes when we go to a new string, especially on bass, this is harder than on cellos or violins, there's that little crunch before we get that note really speaking, right? So this is a good practice for making a really smooth transition between strings. So let's try that. We'll do 4 times on these strings, and then we'll switch to these strings and do 4 times, and then we'll switch to these strings and do 4 times, okay? So starting with D to G, then going to A to D, then going to E to A. All right, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... One more thing about this, it's really important to make sure you're using a very full bow, so go all the way from the tip to the frog, and make sure that the place that you're transitioning between strings is happening right in the middle of the bow, right? So I don't want to see you get all the way out here and then try to play that string, right? Because then they won't be consistent. So consistency is very key here. And a good place to play this is kind of like an inch away from your fingerboard, not too far down to the bridge because this is just kind of like a mellow chill. It's supposed to be the easiest spot to play your strings, okay? So now let's do A to D. We'll do it 4 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Do E and A now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... If you're having a really hard time with this exercise, try to assess your right hand and your right arm. You may be tensing too much. Check your shoulder and see if your shoulder is really high up like this while you're playing. You have too much tension. Try relaxing everything. When you just let the weight of your arm and your body pull that bow across the string, you get a much better sound than trying to force it. So if you're really struggling with this, try to check for any tension in your body. So that's it for the exercises. We're going to move on and do a scale now. So along with this video, you should have received, or you should see on the link, a PDF that says E minor scale. Go ahead and pull that up. I'm not sure if we've done this one in class before, so this might be new, but this is the relative minor to, can you guess it? Do you know? Look at the key signature. Well, there's not a key signature written on this page, but look count how many notes in the scale have a sharp or flat, and don't count the same note twice, right? So we can see here that this scale has one sharp, and it's a minor scale, but what major scale has one sharp? G major. If you got that right, congratulations, you are awesome. So this is the relative minor to the G major scales, which means it has the same number of sharps and flats, which is 1 sharp, F sharp. So E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. That's it. Let's go ahead and play this together as we normally do. So we're going to start with half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes. And don't double the top note, right? We just keep going all the way through it. So play along with me. Well, one thing I want to mention before we start this is our fingering for the G string. Once we get to G, A is on 1, then B is on 2, and C is on 4. So watch out for that, because that's a bit of an unusual shift there, but it is set up like that to reduce the total number of shifts. So let's start from the very beginning on half notes, and we'll go half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes. Nope, triplets first, and then 16th notes. Yeah. 1, 2, half notes, full bow. Quarter notes. Eighth notes. Triplets. Sixteenths. Good job, guys. If you got those 16th notes right, really good job. That was really hard. So we're going to move on. The last thing for this video, we are going to do that little every other note exercise with just the bottom octave of this scale. So that's how it goes. And you can see the notes for this in the bottom of that PDF. Watch out for the turnaround, because it's a little different and maybe a little unexpected. So let's go ahead and try playing that together just in quarter notes, and that'll be the last thing for today. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So good job today, guys. Your assignment is for this video to pick your favorite one of these warm-ups or exercises, video yourself, and send it to me. I would like for you to, this week, when you're practicing, before you practice every single time, pick one of these exercises to try to get you warmed up before you play. And that's it. Good job. See you next video.